Hello everybody, welcome to Dakman Productions and welcome to Conrail Rail. So today, got another package and I'm going to open it up. But anyway, sometimes, there's different inspiration that I get, things that I see, people that I meet, and even viewers like you inspire me. With comments and stuff like that, the things you say. It's cool to get the inspiration from all around, which brings us up to, peanuts. Well, it's better than getting damaged. Which brings us to what we have today in this box. If I can get this out without making a big mess. Can I? Yeah, here we go. Wow. And what I have here is my very first K-Line product. And you'll see why I picked this out. So this is my very first K-Line product. And this is O scale, so I'm going to assume that this is a scale, true 148 piece. And so I have a viewer who is actually an ex-Conrail Railroad policeman, and he watches my videos and he comments once in a while, and I really appreciate the ex-Conrail employees watching my videos and making comments, tell me how things were back in the old Conrail days. So, so I decided to go ahead when I seen this. This is a Conrail Railroad Police Caboose, and we're going to get this out of the box and put it on the tracks. We'll talk about this. I have actually met a real railroad policeman from the Railroad Police Union. He was selling custom run trains to help retired railroad policemen who were financially hurting in one way or another, which I thought that was a cool thing for him to do. Great guy. Met him at the Mecca show one year. Actually did an interview with him. And I have respect for the railroad police keeping the trains and loads safe and the crew safe and making sure things are running the way they should. So I have respect for their job because it's a tough one. So K-Line was the only one who made the Conrail Railroad Police Caboose that I've seen so far. And again, it's my first K-Line product. I haven't bought any K-Line at all because I was not sure how to tell what's scale, what's semi-scale, other than reading the... People told me just basically read the label on the box. So, what we got here? Smoke fluid. Is this a smoking caboose? Huh. I wonder if it is. It doesn't say that on the box. Does it? Accurate paint schemes, real-life metal detailing, fully sprung die-cast trucks, operating metal couplers. I don't know. I wonder if that's just the generic instructions or if there's there's an actual real on-off switch. Okay. I was not expecting this to be a smoking caboose. It did not say that in the description. It doesn't say it on the box. So, wow, what a nice surprise. I didn't know K-Line even made a smoking caboose. Oh yeah, that's where you put the smoke fluid in. So, we'll look at all this. I'm just, I'm totally in shock because I was not expecting a smoking caboose, and this thing is brand spanking new. It's wow. All right, so I thought I paid a little bit much for this, but now I'm not feeling so bad because I really wanted it, so I was really willing to pay the price that they were asking. And sometimes it happens if you want it bad enough, and you're like, yeah, it's a little high, but I'll go ahead and pay for it anyway. All right, let's stop babbling and get this thing out on the track. So we have the Conrail Railroad Police Caboose out on the track. And if you look really close, you'll see the Railroad Police logo underneath of the window there. And this is a gorgeous caboose, actually. I really like this. K-Line did a nice job. It has the white handrails on there, and it's just die-cast trucks. They're sprung. They got real springs in them. I'm pretty impressed with this piece. And for the smoke fluid, you just simply remove the top of this smokestack and you put your droplets in there, which is kind of cool. As you've seen, and that's why I like to do live unboxings, because if I'm surprised by something, you guys get to see it in real time and not a reenactment. Because I was totally shocked that this actually had a smoke in it. I was not expecting that, so it makes me feel better about the price I paid for it. Again, it's a real cool piece. So my curiosity was, it says O scale on the box, so I assumed it was scale because I don't like to run semi-scale on Conrail. I have a separate layout for semi-scale stuff. So how does it compare in size to a Lionel bay window Conrail caboose? Well, it's pretty much the same exact size in comparison. So here we have the Lionel version, and then you got the K-Line version. They're same width, same length. So I'm going to say yes, this is the K-Line is true scale, just like the Lionel version. So I know people are going to ask, did Conrail really have a railroad police caboose? Absolutely, they did. So here's a picture of the real Conrail bay window railroad police caboose, and it is number 24530, just like you see here. Now, when I went to research the caboose, I had a hard time finding out what they actually used it for. I wasn't sure if it was just a stationary piece and the Conrail Railroad Police just used it as an office, or if it was actually used in a train to protect loads. I did find information on the Southern Pacific Railroad Caboose, Police Railroad Caboose, and the Southern Pacific Police Railroad Caboose was indeed used for load protection, to make sure people weren't robbing the container trains going through Texas and other border states. Conrail also had a Conrail Railroad Police training car. It was an old passenger car, so here's a picture of that. They had their own Conrail Railroad Police vehicles, such as this one you see here in this photo. The history behind this caboose, I'm having a hard time researching, so hopefully the ex-Conrail Railroad policeman who watches my videos can comment and let me know. But in the meantime, we're going to pretend that we're going to protect a Conrail train carrying gold award coins. We're going to pretend, yes, Bobby Boucher, you're going to pretend that you're going to protect a Conrail train. And we're going to call it Conrail fuel. Conrail fuel? Yes, Bobby Boucher. That's going to be your fuel to keep the bandits away from the Conrail train. And then you're going to pretend that Andrew from Mr. Pick-the-Vid is going to try and steal stuff off this train. So we're going to need you to tackle him. Does he know about this? Who cares, Bobby Boucher? Just tackle his ass. Then you're going to use the image of Walter Herbine calling Conrail no good as your anger motivation to tackle Andrew. Okay. You don't call Conrail bad. Oh, please don't hit me, Bobby Boucher. Let's get this train together, and we're going to go ahead and make a run. Just like I said, pretending to protect this Conrail award train full of silver, bronze, and gold award coins. So let's go. Okay, for those of you who may not remember, this is the Conrail Safety Award set that I got, but it doesn't come with a caboose. It just comes with a locomotive, 3 intermodal cars, and that's it. So the K-Line Conrail Police Caboose is a perfect match for this, and I'll tell you why. So the story is that the locomotive and the 3 intermodal cars were still under the K-Line name at the time that Lionel produced them. So Lionel produced these underneath the K-Line name after Lionel ended up buying K-Line. So the 3 cars, even though they come in orange Lionel boxes, if you turn them upside down, they have K-Line still stamped on. So Lionel went ahead and produced this because K-Line had already announced that they would. So they went through with go ahead producing it. But this is the only set, the only Conrail safety set that Lionel has actually produced. Using the K-Line, even the locomotive has K-Line stampings on it. So that's a former K-Line piece. And it's kind of cool. So the K-Line caboose back there is only fitting to go with the rest of the K-Line production line. Even though it was produced underneath the Lionel name with orange boxes, it's still really a K-Line train. Well, I wasn't seeing any lights or smoke. I was kind of worried, and then I found out that I forgot to turn the switch on. So let's try it again. Alright, so I figured I'd stop the train, and you can see very, very light amount of smoke coming out. So there you go. I took the actual vent off, and I had the power turned up a little bit. There we go. Now she's smoking. Yeah, I gotta say, it smokes a lot better than the Lionel ones that I have. The Lionel ones hardly smoke. The only downfall is the caboose doesn't seem to have lights. I was looking to see if it said it on the box, because I didn't know if the lights were burned out or whatever have you, but it doesn't mention anything about lights on there. Alright, there we go. Now I put the stack back on there to give it that cool feature. So I'm going to assume that the Caboose doesn't have lights and it just has smoke and that's it. And the conventional locomotive doesn't have sound. So alright, let me turn this thing down a bit and we'll continue to run here. Well, I figured it would be too hard to catch the Caboose smoking in action, so I figured let's put it on a flat car. That way you guys can watch it. There we go. Let's try that. All aboard. So I went back and grabbed the box and the instructions. So I was expecting a Caboose with lights and no smoke. Instead I got a Caboose with smoke and no lights, which I think is cool. So I can live without lights with a smoke unit. And on the box it doesn't say anywhere where it had the lighting features, so I just assumed that it was going to have lights in it. It just says accurate paint schemes, real life metal detailing, fully sprung die cast trucks, and operating metal couplers. So it doesn't say anything about smoke or lights. For the price of it, I was assuming I was going to get, again, lights. But I wasn't expecting smoke until I opened up the instruction book and it says to generate smoke, throw the switch on. So that's cool. As you guys see my real-time surprise on video as I was unboxing it. So, great piece to add to the collection. I'm probably going to leave that on. That's going to be dedicated to the Conrail Employee Award set. So that completes that set. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you trackside. Goodbye.